1 Corinthians 9 and 19. For though I be free from all men, yet I have made myself servant unto all, that I might gain them all. Hello, somebody. Now, either you free, or you incarcerated. But Paul was trying to say something. Paul is saying, I'm free from your system. But I'm a man just like yours, because I don't serve the greater good. So I can win more. Amen. So Paul said, I'm going to show you a better way. I'm going to show you the way how to win you without being attached to your system. The way how you are governed. The way how you move about. Not everybody like their eggs the same way. How you like your eggs? You like it fried whole? That means the yolk broken and everything in the middle? She like her eggs fried whole. How you like your eggs? That's the other stuff. But how the egg looking? You like it out? Scrambled? Fried egg. Okay, fried whole. So similar to hers, but you add your onion to it. So them two eggs ain't like it. They different. But the egg is still an egg. When you fry it, when you scramble it, when you sunny side it, it's still called egg. Everybody say egg. Egg. So the egg telling you, I ain't going to stop being an egg. But how you do me, go decide the difference. She like onions and everything with the eggs. But the egg will always be an egg. Now here's the problem. We don't focus on the egg no more. We focus on what was added to the egg. That's where we have our differences. We focus on what was added. You know, God gonna always be God. Jesus gonna always be Jesus. But there's some things what come along with Jesus. We add some things to him. Yes, we did. See, the way you see God, I don't see God the same way, you know. How do you see God? What God is to you? He's your provider. That's the way he sees God, period. Providing for him. And he wake up in the morning, he expects for God to provide for him. But someone in this room don't see God as a provider. Somebody else see God as a healer. God, I don't need no food for you. I got food in my cupboard. I get food every day. As a matter of fact, I need to lose some weight. So God, I don't need you to provide for me. I need you to heal me. What else?
Daddy.
Protector. Some see God as a protector. They don't need healing. Nothing wrong with that. Did you know that there's some people in this life who are never sick one day in their life? You find that hard to believe. Not one day. I told you a story many years ago that there was this old particular guy who grew up on the outer islands of the Bahamas. One of the outer islands of the Bahamas is called Miguana. It's one of the outer islands of Nassau, the entire archipelago of the Bahamas. And all his life he lived on this island, eating island berries, food, fish, and everything, and drinking the water, and was never sick a day in his life. And his daughter invited him to come to the city, which we call New Providence, Nassau. So he jumped on a boat, a mail boat. We have mail boats, would bring in our mails and supplies and everything. So he took a trip on the boat and came to the island of the Bahamas. And when he came to live with his daughter, for the very first time in his entire life, he got sick with the flu. And he turned to his daughter and he said, "Daughter, I never was sick in my entire life. But as soon as I come to Nassau, I got the flu." He said, "I'm going back to the island again." So he jumped on the mail boat and went back to the island and went back eating all his fruits and fish and all of that, and the flu was gone. Now, what is the moral of the story, what I'm trying to say? What is the moral? What the story is trying to tell you? We talk about this thing called adaptability, because that's the name of the subject. And the word means to, that means to what? To adjust to what?
New conditions.
Quality conditions. Do you know all our life we was adapted to sin, and sin was in quality condition? But we know how to adjust to sin. We know we have the desire, we know sin is wrong, but we deliberately are drawn to it, and we adjust the condition that has no quality to it. But God said, I want you to adjust to quality conditions. See, when God coming into your life, He said, I want you to adapt over here. But you say to God, God, let me tell you what we say. God, I'm ready right now. Because I don't want to let people know I live in a life. I can't live that way. Let me stay right here, cussing, fighting, hustling, doing whatever thing but is wrong. But I ain't gonna fool nobody. What you just said? What you just said? You saying I don't want to adjust the quality condition. I will stay where I am. Stuck. Let's read down the verse. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, let's go to the next one. 20, read.
And unto the Jews
I became a Jew. He said, unto the Jew, I became a Jew. He said, unto the Jew, I became a Jew. He adopted. Watch this. That I might gain the Jews. You become like unto them so that you can win them.
Yes.
Now, what do you mean by coming like into them?
He adopted them.
He adopted.
That comes with the life.
So you take on their culture. Not their sin.
No. Oh, no.
When you miss that. It's a different to take on the culture, not the sin.
That's right.
A Jew invites you to the house, watch this, and he give you a meal to eat, and you with your brazen self gonna say, I can't eat none of your food. But the first thing you're gonna do is you done insult him.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you could say to him anymore when he gonna listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't eat with me, how in the world I can listen to you?
Mm-hmm.
Tell somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Peter had that problem?
Mm-hmm.
Peter said, God, they eat unclean things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I tell you, you couldn't go to the church of Jesus Christ. He said, Peter, what you mean unclean? Master, these are a bunch of pork heads. That's all they eating is pork. And it's unclean. And Jesus said, no, sir. He said, every single thing I created is good. Remember the book of Genesis?
Mm-hmm.
Now, who contaminated the food supply? Man. God never contaminated the food supply. When God created the heavens and earth, everything He started to create, He said, and it's good. So the poor pig, who was the porker, one of the pork, when He created the pig, He said, and it is good. But when mankind sinned, and sin entered the world, it started to contaminate everything around it.
My God.
Let's read. To them that are under what? The law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the what? So Paul said, I go learn the law. I go learn what you're talking about. Let me understand you some more. So I can learn where you're coming from. But you know what believers do? They never learn where the Muslim coming from. The Buddhist is coming from. They never understand that. So Apostle, you mean to tell me I have to learn where they're coming from? Well, they have to learn where you're coming from too. That's why I have to preach the word of God. The Bible says only a man except they get saved by being preached to, being taught.
Yes.
They don't know. I'm an educator.
Amen.
I have to educate you. Because the doctrine what you learn may be doctrine of devil.
That's right.
Paul say, listen, I offend those who underneath the law. Let me see what the law is all about. Let make me to understand. And it's so amazing, the law of the Quran is so close to the Word of God and the Bible of God and stuff and things, and the things they do, and they're not too far from it. But you have to learn their culture.
Amen.
Hello. You jump on the plane, and your first time going to Europe. You want to learn what the European is like it. So the first thing you jump off the plane, you want some Bahamian food? What you want, Lydia? Yeah, you want to know that. See, you don't even know what is the European dish. Let me give you a little closer then, Johnson. Jamaica. What's their favorite dish? What is the dish for Jamaica?
Ackee and codfish.
Ackee and cod. So it's a main dish. Okay, let me be a little easy to you. What is the dish for the Bahamas? Oh, Jesus. You have a Japanese salad? You have a Japanese salad? You don't even know what it is? The Bahamian dish is what?
Peas and rice, macaroni, potatoes.
No, only one thing, Peas and rice.
Peas and rice.
Everything is added to. Remember I told you there are things that are added to it. Peas and rice is the main dish. Do you know when we grew up? Because I's a baby boomer, and we came out of the English culture, and then when we got into independence, and in independence you have to identify all what makes, because cultures make you who you are.
Right.
That's what is making you culture. And the people were so poor because we came from poor beginnings, and the only thing what they could afford was peas and rice. Some days they couldn't afford chicken, fish. Now, if I was to go around the room and tell you how did this peas and rice start, you really don't care. Because the church was never taught how to infiltrate cultures and to win them to God. See, Jesus always liked culture. Remember, every time he finished a crusade and preaching, he said, I want to come to your house so I can eat. The reason why he's coming to your house, he was trying to learn your culture. And once he learned your culture and understand how you eat, he can communicate to you. But none of y'all want to learn nothing. We got a culture problem. Better wait for a little while and all of that, and my family members waiting for me to come back, and I was off for a good little while, and I step in the house and I start talking, and they look at me like this, and they go, so what happened? I said, what happened? They say, stop pretending. Come in, stop pretending. Let me stop you back to your senses. No, they didn't understand. I was influenced by a culture, language. And when you start communicating and socializing with people, you don't even know when you adapt. It's adaptability. Let's read. 1 Corinthians 9. Next verse. That's the last verse, Gary. Go to the next verse. Let's read.
To them that are without law, are without law, being not without law to God, but under the law of Christ, that I might be them that are without law.
So he's talking about people who are lawless, who don't have no boundary.
No boundary.
Because there are some people, anything goes.
Anything.
Anything goes. Your life was never supposed to live without boundaries and laws. You need to be governed properly. You know what it is for you to grow yourself up as a child, and no curfew was given to you. You just do anything what you want to do. And whenever you have access to do anything what you want to do, you're going to hurt yourself. That ain't how life is.
No.
Even the chicken know how to go to bed. We got some chicken living in the neighborhood. before 6 o'clock comes, they already then gone into the trees or where they're nesting ground, and you don't hear from them no more until the next morning. See, God embedded something in them chickens to even go to sleep, and you can't sleep. You gotta drive around the country all the days of your life looking for problems and looking for things. Oh, sweetie, go to bed, yeah? But Apostle can't sleep, but go to bed anyway. Read something.
Mm.
You need some boundaries. You need to govern yourself much better. You need to be cultured. You know when people know you ain't cultured? Invite the person to eat and let them sit to your table and see how they eat. But a man come out there and he put the piece of chicken on the table on the plate, candy with your macaroni and all of that, and he forget to give you a knife and fork. But you done start eating. You done start eating. Some of y'all ain't cultured. You don't do that. And guess what you start eating with your hand? The macaroni. And even worse. It's breaking up. Okay, I tell you where you are. Hold on. I'm going to be right now. Okay, what you say? What you say? Now there's some food that you have to eat with your fingers. You got to know what it is. You see? But you done start. And you know they taking out a circulation now, plastic fork. But that ain't gonna worry the behaving public. Fork? But sweetie, you know how long I've eaten with spoon? You see, they taking all of the plastic stuff like that out of the circulation. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm talking about culturalizing, adapting. Now let me bring it home. What that have to do with where you are in it? You learn that you have the church have to learn how to adapt. Because we are a new type of church. The church is now global. My congregation is not what's sitting in the front of me. My congregation is to the next side of the world. One of my members called me and said, Pastor, I haven't heard from the broadcast for a little while. I need to listen. That's where we have church. And this person, she's in Georgia, eh? That's in Georgia. One in Georgia, next one in Atlanta, the other one in Mississippi. I got one in Africa. I don't know how they pick it up, but they pick it up anyway. That goes to show me that the whole entire world is a global market now. One lady called me from, where was it? Zuma. And she said, I want to be a blessing to you. But we don't have no banks on the island. How can I get the money? I said, y'all got a web shop down there. Now, I know y'all going to write me right now and see you're prescribing, gambling and all that. But how in the world is she going to get the money wired to me? And we talking about culture. So I said to her, just put it on the account, and then get to there and go to here and come back to me, and it's me. But just a while ago now, everybody just called me a gambler. What I just did. No, what I just did. You have to adapt. You have to adjust to change. You have to understand that wealth coming in different ways. Hello? Now, if you think only one way God can bless you, then sweetie, you're going to be waiting long.
No. Or forever.
It's ain't going to reach to you. They got banks right now operating with no money. One of the biggest branch right over Scotia. They don't want you in our building. We don't want you in the building. We do not want you in the building. That's what they're telling you. We do not want you to come inside the building. Y'all ain't going to make us sick. You take your phone And you do every transition what you can do on your tablet or your phone. Now, when you need something from us, we have one little small little room there available for you. And you get your money out of there. But we don't want to see you no longer. So therefore, ain't going to be no more rowing, ain't going to more pulling and hauling, ain't going to be none of that kind of thing. Because we doing a new way of banking. But I ain't see nobody go with their placards on the road and start protesting. Hello, somebody. See, I can talk like that because I was a customer. So I get mad with them and I say, when you all didn't inform me, then we send letters in the mail. How many of you all just grab the bank letters in the mail and when you all don't see it, you all throw it over the side? Because you all done scared, you don't think that's a bill. Jesus, Scotiabank, put that over there, quick. They was informing the customer on the changes. I am here to inform you today in Resurrection Power Kingdom Ministry International. God is doing a different way concerning you. And you better learn how to adapt to the new change what He have in your life. Oh, you ain't want God, but you want God. But you've been praying for change longer. You know how long we was preaching on shift? The shift is on.
Yes.
God gonna shift some things.
Yes.
Now finally when the shift comes, you don't like it.
Yeah,
Shift it. See, when God shifts, it will affect everything.
Amen.
Even your finances.
Come on now.
When you were testifying, God showed you all new creative ideas to how to make wealth, to earn wealth. I never accepted this. And please don't turn off the broadcast. The Bahamas do not only have one form of income, one carriage was carrying us. The Bahamas does not have that. All our life, we had wealth all around us. Here is the problem. There was never people back then who could rise up and take a hold of the wealth now. But God has raised up a new set of people, and He will change the future and the direction for the Bahamas. And we ain't gonna be known, we ain't gonna just be known for one thing.
My God.
This church, Resurrection Power Kingdom Ministry International, is known for the sun, sand, and sea. God has given us the vision to compete with the global market, and we're going to take on the whole land.
Yes. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Glory. Glory to the Lamb. Hallelujah.
You know what God
In the
did?
name of Jesus.
Let me tell you what God did. He shut down tourism.
Glory, glory.
He shut it down, and he said to us, "Y'all ain't gonna die."
No.
Jesus went tourism shut down. I get all the horror stories. Couple thousand gone. They gone. They dead. They gone. He shut it down. Not only he did it locally, he did it globally.
Come on now.
Everybody say adapt.
Adapt.
So we have to adapt.
Yes.
Adapt or be obsolete. The word obsolete, see, I like obsolete because we really never died. It's called obsolescence. It's a process before death takes place. See, death. See, some people want death right away, but it ain't gonna happen for you right away.
Amen.
Everybody say obsolete.
Obsolete.
That means you don't become relevant anymore. So $27 billion of tourism shut down. Watch this, watch this. But you still here. Touch yourself and say, I'm still here. Watch it. So we have to now take and dust off those ideas where we can find creative ideas how we could survive. So God, what He did was not only close down the industry, but God said, I want you to shift your market from one set of people to another set of people. Now the people who our market was hitched to right now, they ain't making no sense right now. And they are the sickest. Yeah, I ain't calling nobody's name. I'm preaching right now. One set of people who we depended on, always, right now, they are not relevant. Now, y'all don't take the spirit and don't call no names. So we get ready to open our market now. So we are market turn to. Our market can't turn to that. So we have to turn our market to something else. So we have to do creative. Now watch this. Now watch it. I will show you something. Everybody say adaptability.
Adaptability.
Because God has already trained the church to adapt. The word adapt means what?
The quality of your condition.
Quality to adjust. Everybody say adjust.
Adjust.
What is adjust?
To adapt.
To juggle, to sift,
The word AD means what?
Add.
What is that?
to join.
To join. Everybody say join.
I
Join.
don't think to join.
You join in something. Do you know the only way we could be successful, and the Bible taught about this, if we come together?
Yes.
Of fun.
But that you were never taught that in business.
Mm.
The devil has taught us a doctrine of demons
Mm-hmm.
because we feel as though we want to do everything on our own.
Right. It don't work like that.
Our business, our vision in the old season was very relevant.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
But now, her business,
Mm-hmm.
her vision
Yes.
is relevant now.
Amen.
Yes, that's right.
Watch this. I'm finished it. There was a time when she couldn't move around freely because she was running for her life. This is what blew my mind. And I'm supposed to call you on it. But when curfew comes, because her business is relevant, she have a license and law to move around while you lock up. While you miss that.
Amen.
You missed that. You missed that. You missed that. In the old season, she was incarcerated.
Right, but the devil saw what was coming. He was mad.
You hear me?
The devil was mad.
You see that?
As I saw it.
She couldn't move.
Yeah.
But God said, don't go nowhere. And she got discouraged. She wanted to throw in the towel. But God said, no.
No.
Your season is coming. Where you going to move around freely and everybody going to call you now. Could I preach a little longer right now?
Yes, you may.
My season wasn't conducive in the old season
No.
because
no.
nobody wanted to hear from me.
No.
Hey, shut up.
Now.
See, God has done away now with the celebrity pastor.
That's right.
Can I say something? Don't turn the TV off.
Don't turn it off.
The mega church have to adjust now. Oh, you missed that. You missed that. You missed that. You missed that. You missed that.
What's the thing? Bring it
This
from
time.
workers in the
This
back
time.
to the front.
See, the mega church has now become my church.
My God, from God. Come on now.
I spoke to a mega pastor, and the mega pastor said they only allow maybe some people to come. And we're supposed to have about 4 service. While he was saying, I said, Jesus, I see some people sometime on a Friday or something like that. I was doing that in Bible. So now you have become me. While he was talking, you didn't get it. Now, here's where relevancy takes place. He was looking that all the prophets died when Elijah died. Nobody could prophesy like that. But what people are looking for now?
Tell me about it.
Everybody looking for a word.
A word.
Word of encouragement. Watch this. So she's relevant. You're relevant. I'm relevant now. Because we learn how to adjust, but we was adjusting long time.
Long time.
You know, I was on curfew. Me and my wife was on curfew all the time. We just wasn't getting locked in. You understand? You understand? Hello? Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Adjust the eye. To catch a ride with something that is relevant now, a quality condition right now. So what God is doing now. Turn your neighbor and ask him, say, what God doing now? Let me tell you what God doing now. Don't turn off the TV. God is allowing the whole entire globe to come together as one. And God is separating the goat from the sheep.
Come on, somebody.
You missed that. It's not a coincidence that the Bahamas, the whole archipelago of the Bahamas, has beat this COVID.
Yes.
We are one of the healthiest
Hey!
and strongest. It's okay for you to come to our island because everybody is healthy and clean. Come on,
Godless.
That's not a coincidence. That's an act of God. The other big country, a stone throw away.
My God.
But why is it this island is safe? I was talking to one of my international friends way up in the southern part of the island, and he was talking to me, and he said, if it gets too bad, is it okay for me to come over there and really stay for a while? And I said to him, yes, it's okay for you to come if you qualify.
Come on now.
See, what you mean by qualify? I say, if you ain't sick. Now, while you are healthy now, come now. And I said to him, don't bring nobody with you. What am I saying? I am saying to you by way of the Holy Ghost that God going to put you in an environment of quality. God going to put you into a place where they're going to come towards you. See, God said, whom God bless, no man can curse.
No man. Hallelujah. That's what's up.
My daughter lives on one of the out island, you know, and they don't have one case of the virus. They see that, not one single case. And she said the people walking up and down all the time.
All the time.
Not one case. Not one.
Not one.
A whole island.
Come on, somebody. God love this second.
You hear me? You think she's lying?
No, she's
No. Telling the truth.
the whole truth.
But why God bless the Bahamas so much? Because we learn how to adapt. We learn how to adapt. Now, I learned something about conditions and adaptability. Okay, put up one of the words right now quick, and then we're going to come over here because I want to encourage you right now. In adaptability, it comes to certain quality. See, quality of being able to adjust. One of them is this. Let's read. What's that first word?
Curious.
Everybody say curious.
Curious.
Now, you wouldn't even know in adaptability you are curious. And you know the most curious set of people is the human set of people. Only curious. Candy hear one gunshot, she then coming in a car. She want to know where that sound come, what direction from. She want to know, okay, it came from the east or the west, she done in a car. She hear the sound of a gun. So she's attracted to the sound. Why are you going to watch that sound? Because somebody got shot. She don't know what it is, what's going on, but she's moved because she's curious. The word curious means to what? Everybody say it.
Eager
to know or what?
To learn something.
Eager to know and learn something. Adaptability brings this curious spirit on you so that you can learn. She needs to know. Proverbs, I get a scripture with it. Proverbs 20:5. Because I'm giving you the word of God when it comes to that. See that? Proverbs 20:5. Let's read. What Proverbs 20:5 say? What's it? Eager to know or learn something while you're curious. Read.
Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out.
You know what it's saying? The truth really lies within your mind and your heart. But only sensible people go bring it out. But you know what these do? These go with stupid people. Well, let me go with the word we use. Retarded. How could retarded people bring truth out of you? Because they're going to encourage you in foolishness. They're going to encourage you in foolishness. Look at you going for advice from a retarded person. The first thing they're going to say something negative. Let me tell you what negative they're going to be. Oh, okay then. You're going to Apostle Brian? I believe you will take your trial. I haven't picked it up yet, but I still pray because every time I come through the door, something has come over me. Let me tell you what has come over you. You used to be in the parking lot where the sun blazing and hot. When you come in here, the air conditioning hits you. So your body chemistry has changed. So your body trying to adjust from outside now to inside. Demons and devil ain't got nothing to do with that, baby.
No.
Simple adjusting to the condition. No, I don't know. I see red flag. Okay, you see red flag. Red flag over everybody here.
Thank you, Lord, for the blood of Jesus.
And I thank God for the blood. Because if you see the red flag, the Bible says, when I see the blood, I will pass over them. Because they got the blood of Jesus. But you interpret it as something negative, then something is positive. Because the blood of Jesus is over them.
Hallelujah. That's it.
Who I come to preach to? Eager. Next word, quickly. I come to encourage you. Because some things going to happen in this life.
Observant.
Everybody say it loud.
Observant.
What it means?
Quick to notice or perceive things.
You know, there are some people who are slow. Everybody say slow.
Slow.
When I say slow, what I'm telling you, you are. You are not quick to what? To notice or observe. When you come in this room, what you observe? Huh? The presence of the Lord. When I see it, when you come with the presence of the Lord. And I don't even want with it anyway, because I don't really see nothing anyway. But I do anyway.
My Lord.
Can you knock somebody and ask them, what is the presence of the Lord? See, when you, adaptability is now, you quick to notice and perceive. Perceive. You have to notice some things. You have to notice what God is doing now in the midst. You have to notice that God dealing with you in a different way now. There are different people. Have you noticed something? You have to notice it. You have to take note of it.
Amen.
Now, taking note of something is a common denominator. What is common in this room?
God.
Other than the presence of the Lord.
People.
Mass.
Everybody wearing masks. Okay? The reason why I ain't wearing it because I communicate. You wouldn't hear a word I have to say, so I have to be the communicator. Everybody wearing it. So why are they wearing masks? I'm asking you a question. Go ahead, baby. Because something new. It's a new normal. Let me go to scripture. Let me help you. Sounds like you're good. Let's read. Let's read it loud. So what? So we have to apply ourselves to wisdom. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from praising God. Whatever protocol they get me, come on. I can come in that yellow suit. You know that yellow suit with the clear thing is? I look like an astronaut coming up here. But ain't nothing gonna stop me from God. This is the problem. When you allow things to stop you from praising and worshiping your God, you're using all kind of excuse in the world. Then, all the while, When the swine flew, and the one ancient, what the other one name? Do we? I don't know nothing. But the first thing to keep you out of the house of the Lord, you ain't coming. Because you refuse to adapt. You refuse to adjust. See, ain't nothing gonna serve God. See, at the end of the judgment, God will ask you at the end of the judgment, where were you? And you will say, God, COVID-19. You know what the angels gonna do? They're gonna burst out laughing. God, I come to church because of COVID-19. God, I was not able to praise you because you know I want this and that and all of this, everything, and God won't listen to you. I'm no longer a slave to fear. You don't believe that? Because you're fearful. Our country is practically COVID-free. So free, it's ridiculous. You know, I was on my way here on a Friday, and I went on the basketball court, and all the guys was jamming on basketball court. Nobody had no mask playing basketball. So I didn't find my back. You know how much guys was on the bench? I counted about 30. I said, God, what are they all about? He said, they are adaptable because they are together all the time. He said, they from the same household. He said, practical. Because that's where they go for their form of entertainment. Now, I'm not saying to you that they're prescribed to all kind of reckless things, but I'm saying to you by way of the Holy Ghost that something happening in this country that I never seen before. God has a grace on this country, whom the Lord blessed and blessed me. I've never seen anything like before. God have an assignment, God.
Yes, He does. There's the Lord of hosts.
Blow me away. And I sitting up in the car, Johnson, with mask on and air conditioning. I'm in the car with air conditioning, I'm the mask on. Could barely breathe. You ain't get it. The air conditioning on and I got the mask on. What I doing?
You're killing yourself.
Tell me what I doing. See, look over here. What are you doing? You're trying to do what? I suffocate. The young girl said I suffocate. Nobody in the car! Only me and the Holy Ghost. Everybody say church out.
Church out.
I took the mask off. Inhale the air conditioning. But we do things which don't make no sense. And we do it all the time because we get some error. So my son jumped in the car, no mask on and everything, and he said, what is that? I can feel good, well, Daddy. And I look at him, but I suffocate. Because me and him from the same household. That's thinking in a little bit. Some of y'all, I hope you all still got your masks on while you're cleaning the house. But some of y'all don't want to come to church. That gonna sink in a little bit. Apostle, you make it lighter every day. I need to make lighter early because we do something. Everybody say adjust.
Adjust.
So observe, quick to notice and receive things. Did we read the scripture? Let's go to the next one quickly. Everybody say it loud.
reflected.
What it means? Let's read.
Thoughtful, introspective.
You don't know what is introspective?
Say it loud. Everybody got to look on the inside. Look on the inside. Look on the inside of you. You have to take an inventory about you. You got to do you. Don't do what other people are doing. You have to do you. What is best for you so that you can survive. What is best that God have you to be. Somebody all the way in China stopped going to church, so you stop going to church. Because that's where some of y'all live. You know, I admire the President of the United States of America, you know, because he's taken up a position. He's don't follow the crowd, you know. He's followed his own conviction, and people is giving him hell for it. He's taken a position, and he stay on that course, and it don't matter. I watch it. That's what you call a leader. Now, if you trust God, and you say God is your healer, and your deliverer, and God is keeping you, and God is saving you, y'all know where I'm going with this one. Let's go to 2 Corinthians, chapter 13 and 5. I don't go here. I'm going to show you something from the Word of God. I losing weight. My pants dropping off. Read. Let's read it together slowly.
Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be willfully.
This is so serious. Just I told you the Word of God. See, I'm preaching to myself. Now let's break down the point. He said, examine yourself whether you be in the faith. See, you have to be whether you in the faith. Because some things you do ain't got nothing to do by faith. God ain't in it. But you say it's God. You use that as a camouflage. Stop lying on God. Biggest couple we get a fake and a fraud, and we say it's fake. He said, examine yourself whether you be in the faith, whether you be in the faith. Because most of the time you don't be in the faith. Meaning you don't be in the spirit. You be in the flesh. And you're making decisions out of your flesh. You using an excuse. Calling it God. I'm preaching to you. Don't turn that TV off. Let's go and put it up. Watch it. He said, prove your own self. You have to prove to your own self. If God be God, let him not be a liar. You need to know that God is God for you. You got to prove that for yourself. I don't prove God. Be God for me.
He is God.
Sometimes God will allow the arm of flesh to fail you.
Come on, somebody. I know that that as well. Amen.
God say, either you trust me or you don't trust me.
Come on, somebody. I'll be declaring totally into the
You have to prove that for yourself. You have to make that decision for yourself. Some of you all say, well, I love God because the apostle love God. Don't do it because I love God.
No.
Sweetie, I may not be there. Apostle, you mean you admitting you that you're not always in the spirit? Let me say it slow. I am not always in the spirit. I tell you that, boy, you see. And y'all digest that. How y'all want to digest that? Paul said something, follow me as I follow Christ. Paul said in church that. He said, as long as you see me following Christ, follow me. But when you see me go off, don't come.
No, don't come.
That's right.
Don't come. Because we following some people who ain't following Christ.
No. Because you're sensitive to the opposite.
Let me finish the word because you're the thing that's my opinion. Where we are? Right here. now that Jesus Christ is you. What is? Now that Jesus Christ is in you. See, God has to be in you. Everybody say, in me.
In me.
There's a different, he could be on the outside of you, you know. Christ is not in everybody, you know. You think everybody saved it?
No, sir.
Right?
We've got this gullibleness about us that everybody's saved.
No, Pastor.
The most lost set of people wearing collar. Got a robe on.
No, that's it. Put it right on. That's it. That's it.
Apostle, you should know better than that.
No, that's
You preaching on your fraternity, because I know my fraternity. The biggest fakers and fraud there is. They got all the form of holiness. They have the form of godliness, but they denying the power of God because they don't have no relationship with their God. Jesus is not in them.
No.
How do you know? By their fruits.
That's it.
Right, right.
That's a fact.
What is the first fruit? You don't know how to walk in forgiveness. Number time I get this woman mad every day. Most of the time. Just get her mad. Let me go down here. You know what time I said you mad? Let's get all your mad. You know what time I get Candy mad? See, my job, watch this. My job as a leader, watch this. Watch this. My job as a leader when I'm teaching you is to offend you. The word offend means to offend you so you change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Jesus was offended.
Yeah.
He was so offensive. You know, some of y'all can handle Jesus, you know. Jesus will tell you, jump in the car, I'm going down to this party. All of a sudden, you're going to look at Jesus and say, hold on, Jesus. Hold on, Jesus. Party? I don't do party. I finish with party. Jesus said, I get started. He said, you ask the master of the universe, why you going to the party? And he's going to tell you why you going to the party. When we go to the party, we go win some folks. No Jesus, when we go to the party, we going to dance. Jesus said, yeah, we going to dance, but we going to win some folks. We going to witness. Now here's the problem. I ain't prescribing for some of y'all to go to the party because y'all might even come back to church. How many of y'all could go to a party and then come back to church? How many of y'all strong enough to do that? Huh? Put your hand down. Okay? So when you go to the party, the host of the party asks you to dance. How many of y'all going to dance? How many of y'all going down? Jesus trying to win someone. It's called adopted. It's a new rule. Well, some of y'all even going. I'm going to sit in the seat of this conference. Hold on a second now. Hold on a second. Adaptability. Everybody say adaptability. The ability to adjust. Hello. Let me see the hands of y'all who already cook. Who already cook and food finish. 1, 2, 3. Food finish. Girls in the back there, y'all cooking noodles there. Y'all just cook the food too. Yeah, that's all right. I ain't no problem with that. Yeah. That means y'all have to get up very early, do everything, so when church come on, y'all can slack. But here's the problem. See, these are the ones who didn't adjust. Because here's the problem with the ones who didn't adjust. Pastor taking too long. He must he don't know. I have to cook. What that have to do with me? Shouldn't you adjust like the rest over here? So when you come, you can hear the word, so the devil wouldn't play with your mind and say, I got to get out so I can eat. See, there you got it. We're the ones who cook in that. So next Sunday, guess what will happen next Sunday, Kathy?
They're just.
Everybody gonna get up early, cook, and then come to church, and I can pull up a pastor. See the problem is pastor enough. What is the problem?
Yourself. Yourself.
The problem is you. Because the devil gonna find a way to get you distracted. See, I don't have to be a prophet to discern that the devil's fooling with your stomach right now. I don't have to walk over to Johnson and say, Johnson, lift your hands, you're hungry. That is not a word. We have to learn how to adjust. So that we can be able to do what God has called us to do with no distraction. Now, if somebody was somebody of importance, had something to give you with some importance, you would have get up early and adjust and wait for that person. You would have everything prepared. But we don't want to prepare nothing concerning God. Even if you eat a good solid breakfast. I get up, I know I can't cook the meal and everything, but I gonna eat one good solid breakfast, and I go into church, and devil doing to distract me with my stomach growling, and I smelling all kind of things, and you know our pastor like to talk about his chocolate cake. Hello. There was a time when me and Pastor Kim started the ministry, we used to go bootlegging. We used to call it bootlegging. Meaning we used to go all the place, driving all over the place, hustling bootlegging. And we used to get it. Because we made a sacrifice in the ministry. Do you know that I have to come to this church, open up, pray out, deodorize the whole entire church? Get that thing from off my table for me, Ashley. Please. It's a green thing on there. Watch this, what I do every time for the church. Come on, Ashley, come. Bring that. This is what I have to do every day to promote the church. Bring the other stuff. Now, this is a fogger. When I come here, I have to fog the church out. The solution what I have in here is a fogger. You notice that I have a fire in the front of it there. So when I cut the fire on and I spray, I fog. You see the fog? I have to fog the whole entire place out. Why are I fogging the place? These the rest of the stuff right there on there. Bring that. Why are I fogging out the place? Because whatever contaminated in the place, whatever in the atmosphere that is brought on by the epidemic, this is knock it out. It's called fogging. When you leave, I have to fog. I have to fog before and I have to fog after. So I fog. After that, I got another protocol. Y'all know what this is? Sanitizer. And I got the expensive one. You should see the little small bottle where they charging me $35 for a quart. This is sanitizer. Put it on everybody's hand when walk in the building so that you can beg to the door before you come in. Get that. What this for? This is a temperature gauge. When I buy this, my wife laugh at me. Honey, when I bought this what? Way before the pandemic. Must be about 2 months before it. This is what they use in the hospital. I invest in it. As a prophet. So when you come to the door, we check your temperature. And sweet girl and homeboy, if your temperature is not so bad to be. Now, let me ask you all, do you all know the temperature of the human body? Well, we know it. Go ahead, what it is, Nancy? Now you what? Okay, well, anyway, we will put that on the broadcast anyway. Yeah. No, we ain't got it to be. Everybody say 98, just to make sure. 97 point something, but 98 to make sure. But if you go beyond that and then we're going to ask you kindly, we love you with the love of God, but we need you to take up one of those folding chairs. See the folding chairs? And you can sit outside in the parking lot and you can hear us from the speaker. We don't put you out of church. We put you outside. That's all. So that you will not contaminate the area. So all these things I do, it's called adjust. Everybody say adjust.
Adjust.
And I adjust to do these things so that the gospel of Jesus can be preached. And you need to adjust. last word? Put it up on the screen so we can get it here. Hold on. I didn't finish the last part. Go back. Let's read the last part of it. Except you be what?
Reprobate.
You know what is reprobation? It's a mindset that ain't nobody can do nothing about it, including the Holy Spirit.
Beyond the praise, yeah.
There are some people who are mentally, clinically, spiritually damaged, and ain't nothing I can do.
No.
So once I've already identified all those symptoms, I have to isolate you from normality. I can't help you. You then reprobated. Because you telling me, Pastor, this is how it's going to be, and I experience this all my life, and this is the results I'm getting all my time. So you basing the whole entire Word of God on your experience? When God telling you to base it on His experience. Because He know your experience ain't true. Then, you know, my mommy used to make curry like this, so I will make curry like this, and this all we is taught to make curry. So curry, this is the only way we can make curry. I'm making curry no different. So what you telling me?
Changing.
You don't want to adjust.
No change, no transformation.
Because the Jamaicans make curry different from you, you know. The Americans make curry from you, you know. You know, Trinidad. And you even got different curry powder. Oh, Indian curry powder even different. I need some Indian curry powder and think you better have your gallon of water right there. But that, when you eat that curry from India, does it say that there's no curry?
No.
All it says, there's no. But you have to learn how to adapt it. Hello? We don't want to learn how to adapt. We say some dumb things. Oh, I ain't eating from nobody because everybody's going to go there. Okay, KFC waiting over here on you because you right on the line. I'm ordering your $5 filler. Did you over yourself? No, Apostle Brian, I don't mean KFC. I don't mean McDonald's. I don't mean all them brand places. I mean eating food from people.
That's the
Let me make you understand. You say you don't want to eat food from people. So KFC mean people. No KFC mean people. There's a franchise. So who is in the back there cooking? Colonel Sanders is being in the back there cooking. Who Colonel Sanders? Colonel Sanders, that's the one with the bow tie and the white jacket. He's being in the back there cooking. Did you drop your tie? No, I didn't see that. Everybody said learn how to adjust. I know how to adjust. Trust me. It's okay, she can be. She's overseas. Watch God. So Colonel Sanders in the back, they're cooking. Because people really believe that. When I go in Kentucky Fried Chicken, I never see corner in my life. I see the same people who led through my corner. So everybody working over it. Which is not true. When we get this demon, this doctrine from demon, then you know, Apostle, we living in some serious time. Okay, how serious the time is? The COVID-19 is going to food. And going to food into what? And it's transmitted through chicken. But why did it have to go into food? The chicken running around. Why didn't it go in the chicken while the chicken gets running around? But boy, it doesn't food. It have to be mixed. You see certain things what we say is from a reprobated mind. And we will believe these things. So we only could eat from 1 people. But I hope when you travel the next day, you carry next food for the whole week from the Bahamas to cover you for the whole trip. Don't eat from nowhere else. Don't do it. Don't come to that reprobated mind. The last one. We over here. Come give. While they put the last one down. Come. All yours. Everybody give. Let's be wrapping up. Let's drop it in the basket. Thank you so much, woman of God, for being a blessing. Thank you. For a minute I thought you were dropping your own food. In the Old Testament they gave the food. One person asked me, say, can the food be contaminated? The food doesn't contaminate. And he didn't go in. That's something else. Everybody say self what? Everybody say what?
Self-critical.
What is self-critical?
Ability to appraise or evaluate oneself in order to change.
Ability to appraise. Appraise means what? Appraise means what? To put a
Inventory.
value on who?
On
You.
yourself.
You know how much you worth. That's why the devil can buy some of y'all. Some of y'all worth just a chicken in the bag. Or rich soda.
Oh wow. Oh wow. How about you want rich soda?
Some of y'all can be bought like that. Where you live? I right here hungry. I don't get you something. For something. You grab a chicken to buy, greasy. The small can of rich soda and you ain't going. Because they come with the chicken. Church house do that more.
Oh my Lord. Jesus stand for things. Tell the pastor.
Let me stop beating up on the chicken in the bag. My tire flat. I can get you a tire. You go to 1 in a million and get a used tire, twice removed. For $18.95. Even ain't got no tread on it. It's so bored. Self-critical, ability to praise or evaluate oneself in order to change. Now, the reason why you have to evaluate yourself, you have to change. Change is necessary. Change is all about God. You have to adapt. You have to change. You have to. If you stay the same, you're going to be relevant. You ain't going to be relevant. You're going to be obsolete. You have to change. You can't be doing the same thing the same way for too long.
Hallelujah.
Your life was never created that way.
My Lord.
Even your baby mother. When the baby start to grow old, he don't want your breast no more. The baby walk over to the kitchen and say, Mommy, I'm hungry. Hold on, wait, come. The baby won't know what you're dealing with. Even the baby wants to come off of milk, but the adults don't want to come off of milk.
Come on now.
I need to show them
My God. Come on now, Pastor.
Some babies,
We don't want to grow.
they don't want the milk no more. But adults desire the milk. See the ability to praise or evaluate oneself in order to change. In order to change, you have to change. You have to change. Change is necessary. Change is important. If you keep doing the same thing, the same way, on same how, therefore you are not fit for the kingdom. God said, I don't have no use for you. You don't have no use for my kingdom. You are not relevant to me. You are not necessary to me. Even the devil and all don't want to have nothing to do with you because you refuse to change.
Amen. That's it. Come on now.
When you don't change, you start to blame everything outside you.
Come on now. Thank God.
You realize you don't have a problem. Everybody have a problem. Not you.
My God.
Not me. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Here's what how changed people is talk. Watch this. They talk like this. I don't fool with people. Oh, hold on. Let me get something. Let me get something to drink. Y'all say it loud. You were created to socialize. When God created humanity, He was thinking about a family. God realized it was not good for man to be alone. The word man there means universal. He told Adam, he said, Adam, listen, it ain't good for you to be alone. If God wanted you to be alone, He would have never created the woman. Now, when a woman says that, that's even wrong. That's even 10 times wrong.
Come on now.
Don't ever say something like that, because that is not of God. When God created humanity, He was thinking about a family.
Yes.
You don't fool with people. Let me give you the reason why you don't fool with people. Ready? Go ahead. Come. That's okay. Come right this way. Come. Quickly. Quickly. There you go. That's good. Good to see you. I'm going to clap your hands up. Now. You were created to socialize. And the people who say these kind of things, they can never let their children go. You missed that. You know what the children is for them? Their outlet to socialize. But the child won't go, because the child was given birth to go. Your child was never intended to stay with you for the rest of your life. Oh, you know like that. I hear somebody say, buying that in the name of, you can buy all you want over there in the balcony. How in the world you start your life? I started mine in a strange way. One day I came home from work and my room was break down. And that's the best thing ever happened to me. My mother pushed me out the nest. Now I'm not saying to you, by way of the Holy Ghost, every house have a different order. I'm not saying that. Every house have a different order. My children could always come to my house. If they fall into hardship and hard time, they can always come. I'm going to be here and preach this gospel and tell you I'm going to be a hypocrite. If any of my children fall into any hard time, they can always come home, because they're my children. Who I come to preach to? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
But there are some children who God has had to push out the nest. See that? Everybody say self what? You have to be very critical of yourself. You have to evaluate yourself properly. Now, there are some people who can't live with nobody.
Right.
Now, if you identify you can't live with nobody, stay by yourself.
Amen. That's true.
You ready to identify that? Also, before I hurt somebody mentally, physically, and spiritually, I need to stay by myself. And I mean you need to be staying by yourself. But there are some people who don't want to be alone. Let me see the hands of you all who want a companion. So be honest, a companion. Be honest. how you feel? It's good. Some of y'all don't want no company. Nothing wrong with that. You learn to do your critical self. You learn to adjust to be alone, but stay alone. No problem with that. You learn to identify that. Take it. No problem with that. Have no problem with that. Once you identify that, that's fine.
Amen.
But be a socialite like me. I'm a socialite. I like people. Now, liking people, I have boundaries. Don't come after church and say, Apostle, I notice you like people. Could I move in? Yes, you could move in to the hotel.
I said, but tell you they closed down for the day.
The church is always open.
You could stay in the house. You could stay in the church all day. I can go and shut it.
That's all.
Lay on the floor. That's fine. What's the difference? See, when you come into my environment, you have to adapt to my environment. So if I get up 3 o'clock in the morning to pray, you're going to pray too. But you understand? Let me give you a secret. When you come into my culture, you have to adapt to my culture. But the people who come in your culture, they make you adapt to theirs. But you was the let in. The let in is not controlling the landlord. But you know, church out. So when you let the let in control you, then who's in charge? So when I let you in, when I get up 3 o'clock in the morning, I gonna stop you. Time to pray. And you gonna turn to me, I sleeping. See, you gotta do what I have to do. When I say breakfast ready for everybody, you can't say, just give me 2 hours. Yeah. You see, I got to have a connection. Remember, we're talking about adjustment. We're talking about you coming into the environment. I got to have a connection with you. You saying to me, you're going to lay down until you're ready. And I sit into my table and you lay it. Somebody getting wake up today. Well, I'm going to put my hand on you, but I'm going to baptize you 3 times in the Holy Ghost. Because that's a bucket of water coming on you 3 times.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You know, I remember one day, and I know y'all watching my camera, because I grew up in the village room. I remember one day, I decided to lay in late. And all of a sudden I felt with this water hit me. And I said, I know I went to the bathroom literally in the night. I wonder if I went in bed. And then the second dose come on me and I realized what my mother was doing. She was trying to drown me. Several things take place. After she had already baptized me in the water, I had to take that same mattress out and put it in the back of the yard. Now, I was putting the mattress in the back of the yard to dry for water, but the neighbor wasn't taking water. So I get embarrassed a couple of times over. So I realized that this sleeping in late ain't working too well for the landlord of the house. So I had to get up in the morning when she get up. Do whatever she had to do, eat my breakfast, and I know I didn't tired. So I had to leave the house, go in my car, and then drop sleep. But you know, you're doing it different. You could sleep to your own leisure. But you always let in. Then when we say, breakfast is ready, everybody table. You better don't come to the table and say, I don't eat. Yes. You don't eat this. You don't eat this. See, that is communicated different. You just say to her, you don't eat nothing she cooked. No, mommy, I need this particular, I only need this particular day. She hearing,
You don't eat nothing what you have. No, I mean this. She said, no. You eat everything. That means you ain't gonna eat no more. Instead you eat this. You mean tell me she forcing me to eat it? See, I'm talking about self-critical ability of praise or evaluate oneself in order to change. So you have to change to adapt. But who are you adapting to? And we don't know how to adapt. We don't know how to change. We have to change. In order for you to be relevant what God called you for the kingdom, you have to change. Hello?
Amen.
How many of y'all willing to change? I'm talking about seriously willing to change.